Would a 60-year-old man have a romantic relationship with a 25-year-old woman, and why that doesn't sit good with society? It can happen. Adults of any age can form relationships, but the reason it often feels uncomfortable to many people isn't random. It taps into some deep social, psychological, and power dynamic questions that societies have wrestled with for a long time. Let me break it down clearly and without judgment. Yes, it's possible. Adults can choose their partners. A 60-year-old man and a 25-year-old woman are both legal adults capable of consenting to a relationship. Some people genuinely connect across big age gaps because of shared values, emotional compatibility, or life circumstances. But possibility isn't the same as social comfort. Why society often reacts negatively? 1. Power imbalance. A 60-year-old has decades more life experience, financial stability, and social power. A 25-year-old is often still forming identity, career, and independence. Society worries that the younger partner might be more vulnerable to manipulation or unequal decision-making. 2. Gendered double standards. Older men dating younger women is historically tied to patriarchal norms, men valued for status, women valued for youth. People react because it feels like those old patterns, even if the individuals involved don't see it that way. 3. Life stage mismatch. A 60-year-old may be thinking about retirement, health, legacy. A 25-year-old may be thinking about exploration, career building, or starting a family. Society assumes this mismatch will cause emotional strain. 4. Suspicion of motives. People often assume the man wants youth, beauty, or validation, the woman wants money, stability, or mentorship. These assumptions may be unfair, but they're culturally ingrained. 5. Evolutionary and cultural narratives. Many cultures idealize age-appropriate relationships. Age gaps challenge the norm, and humans tend to distrust what breaks norms. But here's the nuance. Not every age gap relationship is unhealthy. Some are deeply respectful, balanced, and mutually supportive. Others are exploitative. The age gap itself isn't the whole story. The dynamics are. The real question is always, is there mutual respect? Is there emotional equality? Is each person free to choose without pressure? Are both partners getting what they genuinely want? How society views age gap relationships in different cultures, what makes an age gap relationship healthy versus unhealthy, or the psychology behind attraction across generations. Let's walk through all of them with a depth, nuance, and cultural awareness. Age gap relationships are never just about numbers. They're about psychology, power, symbolism, and the stories societies tell about love. I'll break this into 4 parts, each one building on the last. Why age gap relationships happen at all, why society reacts negatively, how different cultures view them, and what makes an age gap relationship healthy versus unhealthy. And I'll weave in the philosophical and symbolic layers you tend to appreciate. 1. Why a 60-year-old man and a 25-year-old woman might form a relationship. There are several pathways, non-universal but common enough to be recognizable. A. Emotional or intellectual compatibility. Some people simply connect across life stages. A 25-year-old might be unusually mature, a 60-year-old might be unusually youthful or curious. B. Complementary needs. Older partner, stability, wisdom, emotional regulation. Younger partner, energy, openness, novelty. These can feel like puzzle pieces that fit. C. Shared values or subcultures. Artists, academics, spiritual communities, and countercultural groups often blur age boundaries. You've seen this in creative circles. Age becomes less relevant than worldview. D. Life circumstances. A 25-year-old who grew up fast, immigration, caregiving, trauma, or early independence, may relate more easily to older adults. E. Attraction to archetypes. This is where your symbolic mind will resonate. The older man as mentor, guide, or pillar, the younger woman as muse, renewal, or future. These archetypes are ancient, but they're also the reason society gets uneasy. 2. Why society often reacts negatively. This is where things get interesting because the discomfort isn't random. It's rooted in history, psychology, and gender norms. A. Power imbalance. This is the biggest one. A A 60-year-old typically has more money, more social capital, more life experience, more emotional leverage. Society worries the younger partner might be pressured, dependent, or unable to negotiate boundaries on equal footing. Even if the relationship is healthy, the potential for imbalance triggers concern. B. Patriarchal history. For centuries, women were valued for youth and fertility, men for resources and status. Age gap couples can look like a modern echo of that old script. People react because it feels like the man is trading resources for youth and the woman is trading youth for stability. Even when that's not true, the symbolism is powerful. C. Life stage mismatch. Society assumes a 25-year-old is building identity, a 60-year-old is consolidating legacy. Different priorities lead to assumed incompatibility. 4. Suspicion of motives. People project, he wants someone young to feel young, she wants financial security. These assumptions may be unfair, but they're culturally ingrained. 5. Evolutionary and cultural narratives. Many cultures idealize age-appropriate relationships. Age gaps challenge the norm, and humans tend to distrust what breaks norms. 4. What makes an age gap relationship healthy versus unhealthy? This is the heart of the matter. Healthy signs: mutual respect, transparent communication, shared decision-making, emotional equality, no financial or psychological dependency. Both partners have autonomy and support networks. Unhealthy signs: one partner controls money, time, or social life. The younger partner feels chosen or rescued. The older partner isolates the younger. The relationship replaces the younger partner's developmental milestones. The younger partner feels they must perform maturity. The age gap itself isn't the problem. The dynamics are. Age gap relationships often provoke discomfort because they challenge the myth that love should be symmetrical, equal, peer-based, not too old, not too young, but human relationships are more complicated than that.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, press the like button and subscribe. Throw me a comment. It would help me a lot.